What's going on Facebook? Um, you guys got to understand that I am a true boxing fan. Okay. I have I have been looking at a lot of shit as far as boxing. A lot of things. Hold on, let me do this real quick. Okay. Got my little show on and everything like that. If I'm make a video, I want you guys to really listen to me. I'm looking at this type of stuff. Okay. I also was looking at Hot Box with Mike, and they also had um, Charlo twins on there. You know what I'm saying? Which is Jermall Charlo. He's the older. If you don't know who Jermall Charlo is, he's the WBC middleweight champion of the world, and he have a brother by the name of Jermell. Jermell is a weight class lower than him, which is like super welterweight, junior middleweight. Which is 154 pounds. All right. Now, y'all got excuse me. I just came home from work. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know. What I'm saying, follow me on Facebook. I work out. So, thing is, whatever. Every time I can't see the fight, but sometimes I have to go ahead and go on YouTube the next time. You know what I'm saying, when they pull it up like everybody else. But it be other times I pay for it and stuff like that. But long story short, you guys gotta understand that Jermall and Jermell are quite different. They're twins, but they're quite different. They're different. All right. The reason why I say they're different is because you have one twin that want to accomplish everything. He want to be the dominant male in his weight class. He want to be the guy in his weight class. All right. And then you have the other twin. Don't mind taking the back seat. Like this, and he's the suit. He's the person that I'm just saying, he's the person that he's the suit. He's the one that he's the twin that he talk a lot of mess, but it's one of the things that, well, what, I go back on my word as far as hey, there's certain people that I don't want to disrespect and talk bad to, and this and that or whatever, and I'm just gonna take whatever they give me, and he has that mindset, and when you have that type of mindset. When you have that type of mindset, it's not for boxing. Um, this is the land of YouTube. This is the land of social media. And when you're a celebrity, whether you're an athlete, whether you're a boxer, whether you as a movie star, whether you a film critic, whether you that you know what I'm saying, you have a platform called Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and any other platform you want to go ahead and be known as. Jermall is a suit. He's the fighter that became civilized. He's waiting for Canelo. He's waiting for people to knock on his door like he's up here. Okay? And him and Benavidez got into it, quite some time or last year. A little bit a couple months ago, they was like, well, what I'm saying, they was bickering and arguing and stuff like that. And if you don't know who David Benavidez is, David Benavidez is a what I'm saying, is a the Albanian Mexican mix. He's Latino, and he's in a weight class above Jermall Charlo, which is with a super middleweight. That's 8 pounds up. When you're middleweight, you're 160 pounds. When you a super middleweight, you're 168 pounds. So Canelo Alvarez has dominated the super middleweight division. You know, he got all the belts. You know, he just he beat Caleb Plant for the IBF. He beat Callum Smith for the WBC. The he beat Callum Smith for the WBC Super WBA championship. The the Ring magazine. He had those 3 belts. He also beat Billy Joe Saunders for the WBO, and he beat Caleb Plant for the IBF. So he has accomplished 4 fights in the last 11 months. So he made the PBC look bad because everybody fighting twice a year. And when he went, when he went to fight Caleb Plant was with PBC. That was $5 million. That was $50 million fight. And the thing is, whatever, Canelo Alvarez is a big star, face of boxing in the United States of Mexico. So he's a world figure. So what he's wanted was $40 million up front, and Caleb Plant said, "I want 10." So when they fought, Caleb Plant did pretty good or whatever. Lasted 11 rounds, got stopped. They got knocked out in the 11th round. So they wanted a 3-fight deal. The PBC wanted a 3-fight deal with Canelo. Canelo was like, nope, it was 1 fight. That was for the IBF belt, and that was Caleb Plant had. And I'm through with y'all. I'm going right back to the zone. And remember, when you have that type of power, that means you fought everybody in your division that you need to fight. I'm not saying he didn't duck nobody. He did. But he fought all the top tier competition on the way out. You know what I'm saying? On their way out or whatever. And that's how boxing is ran. You got to fight somebody better. You got to fight somebody that was a huge name, for years. And then next thing you know, when you're a young lion, come along, whoop his ass, take the name. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Highlander. You take his head, you take his power. You take his fanfare. And Jermell Charlo understood it. Jermall is with PBC. Jermall was a top talent. He was a top talent for a minute, and they was in the same weight class. They both was at 154 pounds, which is super welterweight, junior middleweight. The whether you want to call it that. Either way, 154 pounds. Jermall won the IBF version of the belt because he beat J-Rock. He ended up going up. He ended up going up the weight class or whatever. And Demetrius Andrade was going to fight Jermell. But Demetrius Andrade had financial problems. He left PBC and he went to Matchroom, which is Eddie Hearn and the Zone. Eddie Hearn took care of him. He's a good promoter. He took care of him and everything. A lot of people talk shit about Eddie Hearn. At first, I did about 4 years ago because I was like, man, I was kind of skeptical like everybody else. Had changed of heart, when I found out what he was doing. And it took me 4 years, but it took me a few weeks. Oh, okay, Eddie Hearn doing this with these fighters instead of, everybody else doing what they doing with the fighters. The Doug King shit, what everybody else be doing. But Eddie Hearn took care of Demetrius Andrade, and he got his career and his life together. And he said, you know what? I'm going up to 100 and I'm going up to 160. I want Jermall. So he rolled up on Jermall. Jermall talked all this shit and said, I'll fight anybody. I want to fight the best. Jermall Charlo rolled up on him. Not Jermall Charlo. Demetrius Andrade rolled up on him. I ain't no matchmaker, bro. You gotta talk to Al. You gotta talk to Tom Brown. You gotta talk to the matchmakers. You know what I'm saying? So him and Triple G is in the same boat because Demetrius Andrade rolled up on both of them. They didn't want to fight the guy because he's a dangerous fighter. It's something about Demetrius Andrade that they afraid to do. Because Demetrius Andrade I feel like the most respected champions is the WBO champions to me. They're the most respected because, tell you the truth, it's funny as hell how everybody that, have you ever checked this out? Anybody that's the WBC champion, they don't want no parts of the WBO champion. In between in between middleweight. I mean, in between middleweight and welterweight. Other than Jermell Charlo, the Jermell Charlo gonna fight gonna go for undisputed. He gonna fight Brian Castano one more time because the first time was a draw, second time he gonna fight him again. And I'm sitting there looking at this shit like, how the fuck y'all like how the hell you guys are scared to fight these people? I'm looking like, man, I don't know what it is with Al Heyman, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what type of contract they signed. I don't know what type of thing they got going on in the PBC and stuff. They I guess they on the content clause or something. They can't say nothing bad about them. You know what I'm saying? Or we gonna do in-house fights or whatever like that, but it's making Jermall career look bad. Jermall Charlo looking bad. It's like, that they ain't picking his fights and he ain't he don't have no world beaters. He don't got no on his resume to make it, to make it exciting. And they call their promotion lines only. You look at how Jermell moving. Jermell lost against Tony Harris the first time. Tony Harris spilled the beans and said, man, you know what? I'm going to eat, Tim Brown and a couple other folks, Al Heyman said, man, we're just going to come with injury and make him hold off for a year and hold on to the belt like that or whatever. So he said he was playing, but deep down inside, I think he wasn't. I think he was just getting under Jermell's skin. Second fight around, Jermell knocked his ass out. Dropped him 3 times, knocked his ass out. You know what I'm saying? Referee stopped the fight. He ain't knocking him out like this, but he dropped him 3 times. Referee stopped the fight because they knew he no longer could continue. So since that happened, Jermell was like, you know what? I got my WBC belt back. Now I want to take on J Rock. J Rock ended up beating Jerry Hurd. So Jerry Hurd ended up losing to J Rock. J Rock ended up losing to what's their kid name? Rosario, Jason Rosario, ended up losing to him. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? He said, well, I want to go ahead and fight Jason Rosario. He fought Jason Rosario. You know what I'm saying? Stopped him. You know what I'm saying? When they had their double header, when the Charlos had the double header, what's going fought Derevyanchenko. Excuse me. Sorry about that. We got, ate some food and was trying to come up. Thing is or whatever. When Jermell fought Jason Rosario, had the 3 belts that he needed, including the Ring Magazine belt. Now he going after now he going after Brian Castano, and I'm sitting there looking like your brother is like literally doing what he got to do, and you like literally bullshitting, so to speak. So it's like it's terrible to see that. It's terrible to see that, and it's terrible to see it because he was on Mike. Because Jermall, he was on Mike Tyson's podcast, and he said Mike Tyson said, man, I want you to go ahead and call out on my platform who you want to fight. And this boy gonna sit there and say, man, this is Jermall, the hitman. Let's go get it. I want to fight the best. Let's go get it. Mike said, name the names, man. Name the names. You know what I'm saying? No, go ahead and fight the Mexican Monster, which is David Benavidez. Man, I ain't trying to do all that, man. Why I gotta disrespect somebody to fight on me? I said, boy. See, that's what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all wonder why Jermall Charlo is in the position he in. Like I said, he's a suit. He's one of them type of people. He gonna sit there and say, on one breath, David Benavidez had nothing to offer him. Demetrius Andrade had nothing to offer him when he was WBO champion in his weight class. Then on top of that, Jermall got in trouble twice. You know, he ran out of money. His credit card was declined. You know, at a restaurant. You know, jumped on the waitress. Got in trouble for that. Then the second time, he had an altercation with his cousin. Got in trouble with that. And you guys gotta understand, when you're a licensed professional boxer, your hands are registered. It's like a weapon. It's like having a gun. It's like having a knife. It's like having whatever. And when you put your hand on somebody, it's automatically going in the other person's favor because you fight for a living. This is what you do. Your prize fight. This is what you do. And Jermall simply don't want to be the best. Obviously, he is a family man. He's one of those type of dudes that him and Deontay Wilder's in the same boat. They're in the same boat. Because Deontay, okay, I'm gonna sit there and say it. Jermall Charlo ducked Demetrius Andrade. He ducked, you know what I'm saying? He ducked, you know what I'm saying? He turned down 2 fights with Canelo. He turned down Andy Lara Law. He turned that down. That could have been a good WBC championship fight right there. You know, even for the regular belt, turned that down. He turned down a lot. It was like people that come after him, you know, Daniel Jacobs, he turned that down too. That was $7 million right there. $7 million for Daniel Jacobs. You know, even though he had to fight in the zone, turned it down. It was like about, I could sit there and say on the count of my hands. On the count of my hands, it's about 10 fighters he turned down because they have no value to him, and I don't control my career. I said, man, when y'all career is over, you know, y'all the Charlo twins, you know what I'm saying? Jermall and Jermell, when y'all career over, just like Fred Hawthorne said, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Jermell gonna salivate. Man, I fought everybody in my division. Bro, the big bro, what you do? They gonna be you the laughing stock because everybody like, man, you fought Joe Blow, the auto mechanic construction worker, fought the Walmart worker, you fought Dylan's you know, you fought the jeweler from Dylan's, from Dillard's, you fought this. You know, you didn't fight top competition and you got less money. And I don't see Jermell credit card declining no time soon. The way he moving. But it is what it is, man. It's like lines only, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it's only one line, that's Jermell. You know, and I like Jermall too, but as you know what I'm saying, I can talk to him as a fan or as a big brother. Man, come on, you gotta get together, bro. If you still want to be in this business, you still want to go ahead and fight the best, you gotta get together. You know, especially as a box fan like myself and a lot of other people on YouTube platform and Facebook, Instagram. I've been saying this shit for the last 5 years on my Facebook page. I've been saying this shit for a long time. You know, Jermall gotta step it up, man. Jermell got it going on. Jermall, it's only one line, goddamn it. There ain't no lines only. It's just one goddamn line. It's Jermell. Jermell finna be undisputed, and Jermall sitting there with one goddamn belt, waiting on Canelo, like a crackhead waiting on the hit. It's your boy Tommy, getting off.